Right, so I'm here with Tim Sweetman from Paragon Bank, who are one of the sponsors of our 3MC Mortgage Academy. So firstly, Tim, I'd just like to thank you and Paragon for partnering with us on our 3MC Academy.
Oh, thanks very much, James, for having us. We've had a fantastic day today, meeting lots of people, lots of new faces, and yeah, it's been a really kind of engaging day. So yeah, thanks very much for having us, and it's been really well worth the visit today.
Yeah, perfect. Well, Tim, what I'd just like to do now is just ask you a few further questions if I can, just to kind of get an idea and understanding why Paragon decided to get involved and sponsor the Academy.
Okay.
Yeah? So what was the main motivating factor from Paragon's perspective in getting involved with the 3MC Training Academy?
Well, I think one of the things, maybe more of a personal reason for me, is that in my previous role, I was the Northwest BDM as well.
You were indeed.
So I've always had a close affiliation to yourselves here at 3MC, but also I think you've got a really kind of fresh approach to what you're trying to do with obviously launching the 3MC Academy, the way that you're kind of introducing people into it and sort of developing that kind of culture and new advisors to the market. For us, I feel it's a really great opportunity for us at Paragon to be able to sort of get our name out there early on in their sort of development as well, so that, when they do have cases, well, they know where to come.
Yeah, perfect. So I mean, lead on to my second one then, as in looking at it from the main objectives from Paragon's perspective. What's the key driver from you in that perspective then?
Well, I think as much as obviously we're trying to sell what Paragon's about, it's also about sort of educating. And I think one of the things at Paragon that we're really big on, really passionate about, is about kind of sharing our knowledge with brokers as well. So, that's things from HMOs, understanding the criteria.
That specialist nature.
Yeah, that specialist nature. And obviously the topic that we're talking about today, which is around renters' rights, a really topical thing. And it's going to be important that, advisors understand and have that kind of knowledge to talk about that with landlords and with, with other professionals that they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, definitely. Well, look at it from a different point of view then, Tim. I mean, as part of your role with Paragon, you'll be going and visiting a number of different brokerages on a regular basis.
Yeah.
How does the Academy compare to, say, what you see when you go in and see other brokerages?
Yeah, I think it's very different in the sense that, the kind of culture that you've got at 3MC is very much about sort of driving that internal development within there. So, having that, embedding that sort of early on with, your case managers, understanding the fundamentals around the process of, dealing with a mortgage or a specialist buy-to-let, and then obviously, bringing them up through those various stages to becoming an advisor. And I think that's something that, Paragon's really kind of supportive of. We're all about that education and about how we can support. You're a great supporter of ourselves at Paragon Bank. And, we just feel that this is a really great opportunity for us to be able to kind of give a little bit back, but also kind of spread the word as well.
Yeah, brilliant. And I suppose looking at the industry as a whole, how would you see the investment within the mortgage industry at the minute? Do you think that there is enough investment going into it when it's looking at the training of new talent in the industry?
That's a really interesting one. So, my background was in wealth management and, certainly in that particular area and got kind of, very kind of similar with mortgages as well, that it could be seen as quite an old industry.
Yeah. So a lot of brokers which are due retirement in the next sort of 3 to 5 years.
Absolutely. And I think, you guys are bucking that trend completely. And I think that's starting to happen across the industry, but we do need new people into the industry that relate to other people that are of a similar age as well. Yeah. That's not to say that they can't speak to older people as well, but we do need that young blood into the industry as well. And, and I think the way that you've brought that about, I think is a really positive one.
Yeah, good. And looking at it from a bank's point of view, is there anything else specifically you'd like to see brokerages do to sort of fast track the learning and development of its people?
Yeah, I think for us, what we're always about is kind of spotting opportunities, and I think that we just want brokerages really to be a lot more open with us, and that we do have a lot of knowledge within what we do in our area of expertise that we can kind of really deliver some real inside knowledge. And again, today, not only have we shared what we're doing here at, for Paragon, but we're working with other businesses as well and other companies. So today we've obviously got Blacks LLP in with us today,
solicitors,
giving a different perspective. But that's the beauty of it, that we are working in conjunction with other people as well. And I think that collaboration is really, really important. So again, with brokerages, it's important. But again, up the chain, when you're dealing with a mortgage, from your conveyancing to your valuers to everything, it's just a really important part.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I agree completely, Tim. Well, listen, I just want to thank you and the wider team today for coming in and the contribution that you've made today, not only with our new recruits within the academy, but also to the wider team as well. And really look forward to seeing you as part of your next visit.
Brilliant. Really look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. Cheers, mate.